Hi guys, it's Wednesday, phase 3. So on this one, we're actually going to start with the finisher first. We're going to need two tools. We're going to need a band and a mini band. So on mini band, we're just going to put it on, have them put it above their knees. They can sit down and put that on. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 20 reps of each of these. I'm calling this an activation finisher because it's not going to get that heart rate really elevated, but what we're going to do is we're going to get the biceps and the arms kind of engaged, and we're going to get the glutes engaged. So with the band curls, red bands, black bands are good. Purple bands are probably a little too heavy for this rep range. We're going to stand on our band. We're going to do the internal hand curl, so our hands are inside, not in the hammer curl position. Elbows tight to the body, and we're curling all the way up and down. I do want that to be a relatively quick position, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 total of those. Keeping that good, tall posture. Focus on that posture. Some people get here a lot of curls. Focus on that tall posture, long arms to come through. So we have 20 of those. From there, we're going to do mini band lateral walks. We're going to do 20 of these as well. So the first thing you want to think about is the positioning of this. So I want my feet right in line underneath my shoulders, and I want slight bow-legged position. So I'm driving my knees out. And then from here, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 20 total steps back and forth on that. Again, this small position, knees bent out, so we're looking for really good glute medius activation. I'm going to pop right back in, 20 curls. So they're going to go ahead and hold on to their band if they want, and then they're going to do 20 more curls back and forth between those two.
1.
All right guys, the workout portion today is going to be 30 seconds of work with a 25-second rest. Again, we're looking for strength on this, but we call this hypertrophy strength, which means that we're looking for volume in certain muscle groups, trying to get a little bit more definition, a little bit larger muscle sizes. So on this one, the banded chin up, we've been doing the last few weeks. We'll have a bunch of bands from green all the way down to red up here. Our goal on this one is 5 to 8 reps, okay? So 5 to 8 reps means that 8 reps is going to be at the higher side of things, and 5 is going to be at the lower side of things. You want to tell the clients this rep range. The reason why I tell them the rep range is it gives them a strategy on how much they should put for bands. If they're getting 8 reps, that's okay because it'll probably come down a little bit. If they're getting 10 or 12 reps, that means they need to get rid of a band. Let's say they have a black and a red one, and they get rid of the red one and make it a little bit harder variation of that. So first we're going to pull the band down over top foot. One thing I like to teach on the chin up is I actually like to wrap your foot around the front of it because some people have a tendency to let that thing kick their leg out. So just wrap that foot around, hands underneath, facing us. We want to come all the way down, hold all the way above, engage, control back down. So a big thing to think about is that top engagement position. A lot of people will try to get just above here, like this, can be chin chases, which means that they're trying to chase that chin up after it and get a lot of upper back engagement, which doesn't feel comfortable, and a lot of people feel like they get irritated in traps. That's because they're really trying to reach from that and almost straining their neck. So what we want to think about is full engagement of that upper back, trying to engage the lats at the top position. The biggest part of strength, honestly, in a chin up is that top position, this top spot up here. That's when the lats and the upper back are really engaged in that process. So to do that, we want to make sure they have a band enough to get them up there, but also they're doing less reps at a time. So when somebody does this, I'm coming up, engage, back down. Let's say I can't do another one. I need to step off for a second, rest for a second, go again, go again. That's people that are probably only get about 5 reps at a time, in a round, that's okay. What we find is people that try to get too many reps in a row, they're the ones that end up with bad reps. And just go ahead and if you see that, just tell them, hey guys, do a rep, rest. Do a rep, rest. All right, from there, we'll get the band up. Get rid of this box. We're going to have a TRX chin up. So on a TRX chin up, what we're going to do here, same idea, we're looking for 5 to 8 reps. You'll have people want to get on the TRX that are nervous to stand up on the box. It's okay if they're nervous because of height or something like that. If they're just nervous because they don't think they're strong enough, don't be afraid to encourage them. If they're a pretty heavy person, it's obviously going to be pretty hard for them. So if they're a little bit heavier, you might not want to do it. But if there's somebody that's a little bit lighter and they're just nervous because they've never done a chin up before, it's good to encourage them to try it, okay? Well, otherwise, the TRX chin is plenty hard. We're going to be in this bottom position. The hardest position is legs long, a little bit easier, 1 foot, easiest is both feet. Eyes looking straight ahead. You just want to tell them a target to aim for. And then I'm going to aim for that target, eyes looking straight ahead, pulling up, engage the upper back, control, back down. pull up, engage on the back, control back down. Nice part is you want these things short enough that they can actually, or long enough, sorry, that they can actually let their butt touch the ground so that they can rest, do another rep. Rest, do another rep. Because people that are doing this position aren't going to be strong in that upper body position, and so you need to give them some leverage with their feet to be able to do that position. And the last variation, this is for somebody that's just really heavy, can't do any pulling at all. They're just going to do a banded lat pull arm, arms long, come down, touch the hips, control back up. See how my arms are long the whole time? We're trying to engage this big muscle group here. Lat, pull down, control back up. Still encourage those people to do a pretty heavy band because they're not looking, we're looking for strength again out there. We're trying to get them stronger. So we're still only looking for them to get maybe 8 to 10 reps at most, probably even less than that with a big strong band. From there, we're going to do single leg RDLs. So something we're going to do different this month is because the chin-ups are all inside the rack, we want to create a little bit bigger space filling inside the gym. So we're going to have the kettlebells lined up a little bit more over here for setup, so that way when people do lateral or single leg RDLs, they have a lot more space to do that, and it gives the weighter marches a little bit more space too. Because remember, our class sizes are growing up to 15, so there's going to be 3 people in each station. So the first variation on this one, a single leg RDL, we are going to be using kettlebells because the dumbbells are used for weighter marches. So I always teach people, put one foot forward towards the kettlebell on the ground. It just helps them figure out which one it is. We're going to reach down with that opposite hand, stand tall. I want them to think about keeping this toe kind of lifted here so they know which one's supposed to be the one that goes back. And then I say smash the toe, snap the hips. I do want their foot to touch every time because when that foot touches, it forces engagement. Our goal this month is really focused on strength. So I'd rather have that engagement and that stability than trying to come up unstable and have to go with a little bit lighter weight. I want to really focus on strength at this time. So we're going to come down, smash that toe, snap that hip, smash that toe, snap that hip. Something you'll see from people a lot is they get this thing out way too far, like that. That's where you aim them towards the toe, smashing the toe as they come up. If there's somebody that's really struggling with balance, or even if they're just having a little trouble with balance, it's okay to give them something to support. This could be this box, it could be any box. You can put a foam roller next to them. They can touch this bar. Literally anything they can touch, just a little bit of touch makes a world of difference. So what they're going to do with this is they use stability, have it to touch, snap. They don't need to put their whole body weight into it, it's just a touch. Just give them a little stability, snap. I'd rather see them do that and be a little bit stronger in their glute than being chasing that stability the whole time and having to be lighter or injuring themselves. Moving down here, so again, the kettlebells will be laid out here. People doing single leg RDLs, they can go pretty much all the way in the chin-up rack or back. Over here, probably starting about the middle of this dumbbell rack, is we're going to start with weighter marches. So what weighter march is going to be, is they're going to grab one dumbbell, they're going to put it right above their head in this weighter position up here. This dumbbell should be a little bit heavier. I have a little lighter one here, but a little bit heavier. I'm talking for guys, probably 35 to 50 pounds. Ladies, probably 15 to 25 pounds. We really want to force that tough position above head because we're not walking or moving, we're just holding this place here. Then from here we're marching, keeping the core tight, trying to keep those hips as level as possible, lifting up and down in this position. It's important to have a heavy enough weight so the core has to engage. If it's super light, there won't be much engagement out of the core. So you got to stay in this position, lift it up and down. The slower you go on this march, the more single leg position it becomes and makes it actually harder to do. Quick marchers are going to be people that struggle with stability. Slow, control, try to keep these hips in line as much as possible, switching arms each time. If there's somebody that has shoulder issues, can't go above their head, we can go ahead and rack that dumbbell here, do the same idea, up and down. Or if you have somebody that's just going to go crazy light because they're super scared above their head, put them in that rack position. We want to be able to just load that load quite a bit. So if this rack position is a better one for them to load heavier, totally fine as well. All right, station number 4, we're doing slider jacks. So on a slider jack, plank position, feet about shoulder width apart, and we're looking for speed. Okay, so the first thing you want to think about is the hips straight. We're coming apart, right? We look for those legs to go pretty fast. So a couple things in this. So the difference between this one and a regular plank jack is a plank jack, they can jump up and back. These things keep those hips a lot more in line, and that's the goal of ours. So don't let their hips get out of line. Don't let them get up here like this. Keep them in line, up back and forth, and that position there. From there, to make it a little bit easier for people that can't do that because of instability, you're just going to step out. Back, forth. Again, trying to keep that nice, perfect plank in mind. Again, we're looking for a quick heart rate on that, moving those legs quickly. The last one here, squat jumps. So we are looking for a quick on this, trying to get a lot of reps inside of it. So the hardest variation is leaning back. We're letting ourselves long, arms straight, sitting all the way down, and then jump. See how I kept my arms locked out the whole time? That way all the pressure is on the quads, and there's not a lot of upper body pull out of that. Make it a little bit easier because some people can't do that full plyometric jump. We can go to a drop squat. Same idea, feet stuck together, figure it out, and up. And our farthest variations is the TRX squat, again with that good lean, so all the pressure is in the quads. Long, up. And that. That's Wednesday's workout.